Good morning, innovations, and good morning, grade 11 students. This is your Physical Education and Health 2, third quarter, week 6. And this morning, our topic is organizing a sports event. There are 10 ways on how to organize a sport tournament, fourth of which is determine tournament style. But before that, let us try to have first the cyclic method. So in cyclic method, if the number of teams is in even number, the team number 1 is fixed on the top of the right-hand side, and then the other team numbers in ascending order consecutively downward, and then upward on the left-hand side, and then from the next round, teams will rotate in clockwise direction. An example of that will be shown to you later. So what happens if the number of teams is odd? If the number of teams is odd, then the pie is fixed on the top of the right-hand side and the rest of the procedure will remain same. And this is the formula in getting the number of matches in cyclic method. So the formula is n multiplied by n minus 1 divide 2. So assuming that we have 6 teams, so that would be 6 multiplied by 6 minus 1 divided by 2. So that would be equal to 6 multiplied by 5 divided by 2. So equals 30 divided by 2 equals 15. So the 15 is the number of matches. Now, let us try to identify now what is single round robin tournament. So a round robin tournament, or this is actually what we call the all play all tournament. This is a competition in which contestants meets other contestants in turn. So a round robin contrasts with elimination tournament in which the participants are eliminated after a certain number of losses. Okay, so, but first let us try to know first, where did the round robin term came from? So the round robin term was derived from a French word, which we call actually ruban, or it's a French word ruban, which means ribbons. Okay, but as time goes by, it was corrupted. So the term ruban was corrupted, and soon it was called robin. Okay, so there is where the round robin came. Again, it came from the French word ruban, which was soon corrupted and eliminated, and then was called robin. Okay, so in single round robin schedule, each participant plays every other participant once only. That's why we call it single round robin tournament, because you play once only. And then, so how do we identify the champion? The champion in a round robin tournament is the contestant that wins the most games. So that is, of course, except when the draws are possible. So that is single round robin tournament. Okay, now let us try to identify the various forms of tournament. Okay, so first, of course, we do have the single leg tournament. And then aside from that, we also have double leg tournament. And lastly, we have this combination type tournament, which is a log com knockout and vice versa. Now, what are the advantages of having a league tournament? Of course, one is mentioned. We have ample opportunity. So when we have a league tournament, that gives you ample opportunity or chance to play, and of course to choose which team is the best among others. And then next, we do have true winner. So through league tournament, this one provides, of course, the opportunity to identify true winner based on the performance that they showed. And the next advantage, we have improved performance. So having this league tournament would actually improve, or the other term for that is enhance the performance of the teams. Of course, this will be based on the experiences that they are having in the tournament. Now, skilled selection. The league tournament provides skilled selection. So this is actually where you can see or identify the organizer selecting the best players among the rest of the teams. And of course, it provides ranking. So when we talk about provides ranking, at the end of the game, we declare the winner, we provide the rank of each teams, and then of course the rest of the teams would be able to evaluate so that next time when they play, they can have their improvement, okay, and their performances. And then of course, we do have players' interest. Okay, we all know that a good player is always identified as players with good interest in the game. So it's just that providing league tournament improves the players or the team's interest towards the game. Of course, when we do have advantages, we do have the merits or the disadvantages of having a tournament. So first, of course, one of which is time consuming. Yes, it is very true that when we do have a league tournament, because of the event and because of the teams, okay, so we consume time in selecting the best winners. But again, let me remind you that the total number of days of each event depends on the total number of teams that is playing. So there you can say that, for example, you only have 4 teams, so definitely just in one day you can finish that one. But what if there are more than 20 teams competing against each other? So meaning to say that would take time for you to select the best team. Okay. Next, of course, we do have large arrangement. So when we talk about large arrangement, this would mean that, of course, you have to find for your playing area. And then, of course, when we talk about your playing area, some of the areas are being rented. So that would mean that you have to spend money. And of course, you would also have to look for your officials. So there is a large team working on it. So that's why sometimes it becomes a disadvantage because you are looking for a huge amount of responsibilities towards having this tournament. Next, we do have less interest of spectators. At times in the league tournament, some of the spectators actually have this, shows this less interest on it. Okay, so that's why sometimes we are expecting that a lot of people actually would come to watch the game, but again, it depends on the interest of the person to watch on that certain sport of event. But of course, we can't get away on the scene. Of course, our parents and relatives are always present in the venue or in the area. Okay, so those are the advantages and disadvantages of course, having a tournament. Now, let us try to identify on how to manage a sport event using a single round robin format. So I've already discussed to you what do we mean by single round robin. And of course, now let us try to manage a sport event using this single round robin format. So here we have where N stands for the number of teams. So for instance, let us consider that there are 6 teams. So therefore, number of matches are, so here you can see given 6 teams. So first, you are going to get the matches. Okay, so you are going to get the matches first. So as I've said while presenting the cyclic method a while ago, so the formula is n multiplied by n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so still this is the first method that you will use. So assuming that we have 6 teams as given, so we have equals 6 multiplied by 6 minus 1 and divided into 2. So that would be equals to 6 multiplied by 5 divided by 2. So equals 30 divided by 2. And there you go. You have the matches, which is 15. So there are 15 matches in 6 teams as an example and is presented to you. That is presented to you. And of course, after getting the matches, let us try to get the rounds. So getting the rounds is very important because later you will be using that one in scheduling. So rounds, how do we get the rounds? We have the number of competitors minus 1. So again, n minus 1. So this would be equal because we have 6 teams. So number of competitors, 6 minus 1. So that is equals to 5. So meaning to say we have 5 rounds. Okay. So again, based on the first procedure, getting the matches, we have 15 matches. And now the rounds, we have 5 rounds. The next step that you're going to do is, of course, name your participants. So let's try to take an example on the intramurals that we are having here in school. So every intramurals, different sub-areas are actually competing towards each other. So let us try to name them. So we have the grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, night class, and of course, we do have the senior high. So these are the participants' name. Okay. So there first, you've already provided the number of matches. You already have the number of rounds. And now you were able to name your participants. And then here, lastly, you are going to create a table of pairings. So pairings. So this would be the basis of the schedule of games. So here you can see 2.5 days for chess tournament. So our example actually is the chess sport. Okay, so as you can see, why 2.5? This is actually very evident because we've been using this one every intramurals. So this is the schedule of games that we are having, and it is already estimated by the tournament manager. Okay, so we have here the scheduling round 1, okay, round 2, round 3, 4, and 5. Now, I would like you to focus your eyes on the night class, okay, the NC or the night class. So you have here on the round 1, the night class is positioned on the right, the upper right, okay, so on the upper right. Now on round 2, the night class is positioned below the grade 7, which is on the left side, below left side. And then on the third round, is you can see it rotates at the bottom. Okay, round 4, just rotating beside the bottom. And of course, round 5, the night class is rotating upward. Okay, until actually it goes back to the position and declaring the points. Okay, so as you can see, there is a pattern or format. Okay, please check my arrow. Okay, so that is what we mean by a cyclic method, the thing that I was mentioning a while ago. So here is where we can find the cyclic method. Okay, so that is scheduling or pairing. That is the term that we use in sports. Okay, pairing. Okay, we cannot proceed to an event without having the schedule of games or pairing. Okay, this must be done first because this will be presented to all the teams before the game starts. Okay, now the question is, how do we create this schedule? And yes, we will now proceed on how to create a tournament schedule. Okay, so how to create a tournament schedule? First, you are going to arrange the participants in 2 columns. The first 3 position is going down and the other half of the group is going up. Okay, let us check. So here you can see the example. Okay, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, so going down, and then going up, grade 10, senior high, night class. Okay, so that is the first procedure that you're going to do. Next, match the parallel grade levels for round 1, match up. Let them compete. So here now is being provided the round 1. Okay, so it depends on your arrangement. Okay, and then after that one, so this would be, since let them compete, so this would be grade 7 versus night class, grade 8 versus senior high, and grade 9 versus grade 10. After that one, okay, for the next round, you just have to move the upper right team or the night class going down, replacing the grade 8 team. Same manner, the grade 8 is replaced the grade 9, and then it will create a cyclic motion counterclockwise until every team compete each other. Of course, by turning up the last round, but of course, take note, grade 7 is stationary to avoid the same match that will happen as you see by a schedule of games above. Okay, so meaning to say, the grade 7 is stationary. That is, as mentioned, to avoid same match. So the rest of the teams will just have to rotate except this grade 7. Okay, so that is the procedure on how to schedule a game, and so on and so forth. So round 1, round 2, until how many rounds? For 6, you have 5 rounds. Okay, now let us proceed on determining the winners or the top 3. Okay, so in every event, it is important that we have winners. Okay, first and foremost, we call it a competition because there should be a declared winner. Okay, you can't call it a competition if there is no winner. So when you are just playing and then no declaring of winners, then that would be a simple game only. But when we talk about tournament or a competition or a contest, a winner must be declared. So now, how do we identify the winners? Okay, so this is this is the most awaited part actually every time we do have our intramurals here in school. Okay, students are very excited and of course very particular with all the points each grade level actually has. So how to determine winners? So of course, here as stated, you are going to use the quotient value or the quotient equivalent, wherein the answer after we divide one number to another. Okay, so you have their dividend divisor equals quotient. So the divide mo sa divisor. We have example. Okay, so you have there the formula, equivalent quotient. So number of points divided by number of games multiplied by 100. So let us try to give examples to that. For example, grade 7. At the end of the game, for example, grade 7 has 2 points. So 2 points because there are 5 games. So 2 divided by 5, so that is equivalent to 0.40. So you, as the rule says, you are going to multiply by 100%. So that is 40%. Now, let us try to have grade 8. Okay, so you have there 3 points. So divided by 5, so that is equals to 0.60 multiplied by 100, so 60%. Okay, now let us try to check the score or the points of grade 9. So grade 9, assuming here, got 4 points. So divided by 5 games, so that is 0.80 times 100%. So this would mean 80%. Now, grade 10. So grade 10, luckily, got 5 points with all the 5 games. So meaning to say, that would be 100 multiplied by 100 equals, of course, 100%. Now, ninth class, assuming that they got 1.5 wins or points, so divided by 5 games, so that is 0.30 multiplied by 100%, so that would mean 30%. Now, let's try to have senior high school. So for senior high, assuming that they got 4.5 points, so divided by 5 games, so that would be 0.9 multiplied by 100%, so that is equivalent to 90%. Okay, so after you get the quotient equivalent, so you have in there, okay, now you are going to rank them according to the percentage that they got. Of course, the highest, though the team with the highest percentage wins the game. So based on the record here, okay, so top 3, we have, of course, the highest is grade 10. So they will be declared as champion with 100%. And then the second place, senior high, with 90%. And third place, grade 9 with 80%. So here is the quotient equivalent. So 5 over 5, 4.5 over 5, 4 over 5 gain. So that is how we create we create a tournament. And of course, this is how we determine the winners. Okay, so very simple and very easy only. I hope that by now you are ready to create your own schedule and of course to create your own tournament. Okay, so let us try to check whether you've learned something. But of course, before that, let us try to review. Of course, how do we create a game or we create a tournament? Of course, first you have to get the the match, the total number of match. Okay. And then secondly, you have to get the number of rounds. And then after you get the number of rounds, you have to name the participants. And after that one, you schedule the game. Okay. So in scheduling the game, okay, so we have to follow the cyclic method as presented in the lesson. Okay, so I guess you are now ready to create your own tournament. Okay, so let us see. So let us make a schedule of game. Okay, so here the direction is for you to make a table of pairing. This one is pairing or a schedule of games for 8 competitors in the tournament. So my example a while ago was 6 competitors, and here you are going to make a schedule with 8 participants, 8 competitors, 8 teams. Okay, and then you have to solve for the number of games using the formula of single round robin. Okay, so and then of course, as required, you are going to compute the number of rounds. Okay, so the number of participants, identify the winners, and then you name their rank. Okay, so again, you are required to make a table. You're going to get the matches. You're going to get the number of rounds. You're going to name each team. And of course, you're going to get the top 3 ranking. Okay, so don't forget to have your output in our GC. Okay, just use a clean piece of paper for your schedule. Okay, so I hope you learned something today, and please don't forget to remember that in every struggle that we have, there's always a prize at the end of it. That's all for this morning.